My name's Nathan Kasper. I wasn't raised a Christian, so I started fresh, I think. But I used to be a drug dealer. I used to do a lot of fighting and stuff, and I had a bad attitude. I went to jail for a robbery a long time ago in 2009. Well, there was a crazy guy there. He was a conspiracy theorist, alien guy, and he was telling me the Bible's talking about aliens, you know. You look in Ezekiel, there's a spaceship, you know, and the Nephilim, or they're mixing their DNA with humans and stuff. So I said, well, I'm gonna have to give this a look, you know, and check it out for myself, see what the Bible really says. I started reading the Bible for myself, and by the time I got to the Gospels, I believed, you know, I believed in Jesus, and I had to accept that what he was saying, a mere man couldn't say that, you know. It was just, no human has that much love in them to be able to say something like that. So I became a Christian, and I was in maximum security at that time, so they had to handcuff me and take me to the gym for an hour a day and stuff. And by the time I finished reading the Bible, I asked God, I said in a prayer, I said, can you lead me to a book that'll help me understand this better? And a week later, they're taking me to the gym, and I see this book in the trash can, and that thought didn't come to my mind. You know, I just seen a book and I was wanting something to read, so I asked the guard, I said, can I have that book? And he said no. So I waited until the shift changed, and another guard came on, and I said, can you go grab that book for me that's in the hallway in the trash can? And he went over and got it, and he brought it back to me, and it was The Great Controversy, you know, and it was a life-changing book. It's the best book I've ever read outside of the Bible. You know, I've read it 3 times now. It was great. That sent me on a journey, because some of the things I didn't agree with right away, and I had to study them. It took me a year, you know, just studying about death and hell, and it took me a full year to try to get a good understanding of that, because all I had was the Bible and The Great Controversy. So I'm studying that out, and finally they sent me to prison, you know, and I went for quite a while. I went to the prison library, and I found a book in there. It was called The Kingdom of the Cults, written by Walter Martin, and he's not a friend of Adventists. I was reading his book. I'm reading about the Mormons, the Jehovah's Witnesses, and you know, and then finally there's a chapter about Seventh-day Adventists, and it says they're not a cult, but their beliefs are so much different from mainstream Protestantism that I had to put a chapter in here about them. You know, and I'm reading it, and he's not really giving good arguments for why they're wrong, you know. And I'm seeing through through the stuff, and I realized I'm a Seventh-day Adventist from reading a book called The Kingdom of the Cults. From there, I've been on a journey. I was at some prisons where they don't have Seventh-day Adventist services, so I sent to every place that would send me free materials, and I studied up all the churches and tried to understand what everybody believes, and I realized this is the truth. This is what the truth is, you know. I didn't believe it all at once, you know. I had to study every doctrine, because some of it sounded strange, you know, but I found out it's all true. A couple years later, I got baptized at the Carson City prison by Pastor E.J. Wolf, and I was the leader there for 2 years. The last 2 years that I was there, you know, I was pretty successful at getting a lot of people in our church. I would say about 10 a year for 4 years there. I would definitely encourage people to get involved in prison ministry, because everybody there is looking for God. Everybody is something in prison. They're either in a gang, or they're a Christian, or they're a Muslim, or Hindu. Everybody is. That's where people are studying, and they're looking to find out, you know, who God is.